Hello everyone. So today's Tuesday Ramble. I want to talk about my top 10 bucket list items. So my birthday's coming up in just shy of a month, and I guess we all kind of think about things that we've never got to do that we would like to do. So here's my top 10 list that I would like to accomplish. The first one being a trip to New Orleans. Just happened a couple years ago when the pandemic started. My husband surprised me with a vacation, and he told me to pick where I wanted to go, and I wanted to go to New Orleans. So we were a week away from going on our trip, and here comes the news about this coronavirus stuff. And at that time we didn't know what was going on or what was happening, and they were starting to shut things down and quarantining, and we weren't quite sure what was happening. So we were kind of afraid to keep our plans and get stuck somewhere far away from the kids and our home and all that. So we decided it would be better to cancel and probably reschedule. Well, here we are a couple years later, and we still haven't done that. So that's still number one on my bucket list, a trip to New Orleans. Now that takes me into number two, where I'd love to see the Saints play. I am a big New Orleans Saints fan. I've been a Saints fan for probably just over 10 years, 10, 12 years or so. Right after Katrina hit is when I kind of started enjoying that team. Let's see, number three. Now, I love to travel. It's one of my big things that I like to do. I like to see new places and all that. So the one thing I really would love to do is backpack across the country. Now, that sounds a little crazy, a little extreme, I guess, but I would love to just throw some of my gear on and start walking and see where the road takes me. I would love to go down south, see the ranches of Texas. I always wanted to go into Arizona and see the deserts of Arizona and the mountains of Colorado. So, you know, I don't know how realistic that is, obviously, but it's something I would love to do. Even if I did partial backpacking and maybe rent a car, or, you know, who knows, but it's something I would like to do. Another thing would be to go somewhere tropical. I've always dreamed about doing like a honeymoon in Hawaii, that kind of thing. So, you know, if I ever get a chance, I would love to do something tropical like Hawaii or Cancun, Bahamas, something of the sort. And maybe while I'm there, I can take number five off my list, which would be to paraglide. I'm very scared of heights, so that one kind of seems far-fetched, but it's something I would love to do. It just seems like a freeing experience, and maybe it would help me get over that fear. Number 6 would be a cabin in Alaska. I would love to own some property in Alaska. Off-grid, completely remote. And it's funny because I'm not a huge fan of cold weather, and obviously that's what you're going to have there. But it also appeals to me greatly, so there's something calling me there. Again, more traveling. I would love to see Norway before I would happen to kick the bucket. And also Ireland. So my 8th item on my list would be to go visit Ireland. The castles and all that, just beauty. Number 9, I would love to own a horse. I've wanted a horse since I was a little girl. I remember asking for a horse once, and, you know, I couldn't understand why I wasn't allowed a horse in my backyard, but, you know, I would have let myself. And number 10, my last thing I would love to do would see a performance on Broadway. Now, I would say I would love to be in Broadway because I've always dreamed about being in Broadway, but that's not going to happen realistically. But seeing a show very well could happen, you know. So most of these things, if all the craziness goes away, maybe can be possible. But I hope I can at least scratch 2 or 3 of these off my list. But I thought it would be fun if you guys could give me some of your top choices of what's on your bucket list and see maybe if we can accomplish some of these items. So please share what you would like to do. Something that you've never done before, even if it seems unrealistic. Not only is it fun to think about, but if you put your mind to it, maybe it can happen. And I'm going to hope for the same. So here we go. Let's kick off 2022 and a new year and make some goals. All right, so that's my Tuesday ramble. Let's make 2022 worth it and have some fun while we're at it. Well, take care, everyone, and I will see you next time.